Hi everybody. Urgency. That's the word of the day. Where is the urgency? The urgency to feel better and live better. I see the need in others, but I don't see the urgency. This is the challenge that I refuse to give up on. What I see is people having an urgency somewhere else in their lives. They're busy, they're dealing with other urgent matters and areas that they feel they have more control. There's only urgency if you can do something about it. Not sure about your health? Feeling you've hit a brick wall? What if you took a different approach to reclaiming your health and then it profoundly improved the other aspect of your lives? Welcome. I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and this is Brain Snob episode number 1. Everyone should be a brain snob. Being a brain snob is not an insult. It is a high compliment, meaning you know how the brain works, so you can really harness your brain for a vibrant life, because your brain makes your body. Now, let's make your life. So, I don't see adequate urgency in people until they find themselves in a bind. Their urgency is focused elsewhere, whether it's focused on family, job, getting through the day, and they may not even be doing that effectively because they're burned out. The one thing I've really noticed in people, I've known for a while, is the abrupt, drastic change in their memory, thinking, and the ability to organize and follow through in an organized manner. The last few months, the people I've known for quite a while have shown just a lot of, the changes are upsetting. They're upsetting to me, and I think it's upsetting to them. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I've seen it in people who've suffered trauma, people in a car accident, progressing aches and pains. They're progressing for a reason. That's inflammation in the joints, and that also mirrors the inflammation in the organs, especially the brain. In fact, yesterday my mom called me as I was planning this topic for this episode. She asked me, "How do you know you have Alzheimer's?" This is my mom. This is the real deal. This is a real reality. She's asking me this question, and I said, well, you wouldn't be asking me this question if you had progressed into that much brain change. So that gave her a little sigh of relief. But I also talked to her about brain inflammation and how it's always there, but then it hits that point where you're noticing that you're losing things and you're forgetting what you're doing, and it is troubling. And I think it needs to be taken seriously. As long as it's not officially dementia or Alzheimer's, which that is severe and pretty much a downward spiral, medicine has nothing to offer. Or should I say respond, because sometimes we respond at the point where it's too late. So we don't respond successfully. If there's a lot of tissue damage, that's kind of hard to reverse. So we need to prevent. There is quiet illness going on. We ignore inflammation. Inflammation is that buzzword that we need to take ownership of. If you really understand the inflammatory process, you have lots of control and you can make changes. There's the gentle knocking, because things are changing and the body is saying, please pay attention. And really, I think you don't need to have a concussion to suffer brain trauma or brain impairment. And that's why I've started these Brain Snob episodes, because we can make it interesting and we can make positive changes. Here's one concept I want to mention in my episode here. When you're stressed, and that can be chemically, physically, or emotionally, blood is being driven away from your prefrontal cortex to your muscles. That's the fight or flight response. Your more primitive brain then takes over in survival mode. And survival mode is supposed to be short-lived, but that's not how modern life is. You cannot make good decisions if your prefrontal cortex is hindered. And that's where things start to disrupt people's lives. The forgetfulness, can't remember names, the disorganization, and that spurs on a lot of anxiety. And anxiety is going to put you in more of that fight or flight response. If you're truly burned out, there's absolutely no urgency or self-motivation to add the positive change in your life. In my office, I'm brain-centered. I use a protocol called BFA, Brain First Always, making brain snobs like you. There are 3 ways to promote brain function. Move your brain, feed your brain, talk to your brain. If you come to my office, you'll get immersed in it. The main way is the adjustment, of course, the chiropractic adjustment. We move the brain with the mechanochemical feedback loop of the chiropractic adjustment. So I'm going to read a little handout that I have on my wall, and everybody has access to it when they come in. I have a wall called Next Level Healing, full of great information. But it's neat to talk about the benefits of the chiropractic adjustment, because people may only be looking for an immediate pain relief, but that's not what chiropractic is about. Pain relief comes from brain function, so we want to focus on brain function. So let me give you the list of what has been shown through chiropractic adjustments. These have been studied and measured. So we know the adjustment influences the prefrontal cortex of the brain. The prefrontal cortex is the conductor of the brain. So big stuff happening right here. So you influence movement, coordination, thinking, focus, behavior, goal-directed tasks, decision-making, memory, attention, intelligence, pain processing, your emotional response to pain, autonomic function, which means virtually everything the body does automatically to keep you alive. Motor control, eye movement, spatial awareness, fall prevention, muscle strength, pelvic floor control, and mental rotation of objects. Also, when we study how chiropractic adjustments affect the body, we notice that it normalizes blood pressure. Mood and attention are improved. There's more blood glucose efficiency. It decreases insulin resistance. There's improvements and or reversal of neurodegenerative brain physiology. That's big stuff here, because that's what everyone's concerned about. Their memory, their mood, their anxiety. There's epigenetic changes. That affects fertility and the health of offspring. There's an increase in ATP. That is the energy your cell makes. Great game changer. Telomere shortening, that is anti-aging. Heart disease, the #1 contributor to heart disease is increased and sustained sympathetic tone. That's fight or flight. So chiropractic adjustments help relax that fight or flight, and that's a biggie when it comes to heart disease. The immune system is radically improved and does a whole lot more than what medicine can offer. A lot of brain changes that I mentioned before, but neurophysiologists, let me get it right, they've noticed that a chiropractic adjustment influences brain patterns and activity so much that it's actually more effective than multiple weeks of standard psychological care. That's really interesting. That's and a lot of neurophysiologists really are impressed by that. Chiropractic is also shown to improve muscle strength, stability, and fatigue. And it's been shown to be more effective than 3 weeks of weight training. One adjustment, better than 3 weeks of weight training. Now, I love weight training. Don't stop doing it, because it's important. But that's kind of neat. So if you're going to do an exercise program, get adjusted. They go hand in hand. You need them together. Spinal degeneration is reduced. Mobility is increased. And remember, it only takes 10 to 14 days of immobility to create degenerative changes. 10 to 14 days. That's why we get adjusted. Chiropractic is 5 times better at musculoskeletal pain reduction when compared to Celebrex and Vioxx combined. Now, this is somewhat dated, this study, because you know Vioxx is off the market. But Celebrex and Vioxx together grossed more money per year alone than the entire chiropractic profession. But chiropractic is more superior than these drugs. So, let's dive into a better future with a better brain. Learn how to move, feed, and talk to your brain. Visit the office. Read my blog. It's called createpurpose.com. Watch the orientation video. Start a conversation in the comments section. Hit the subscribe button. And hit the bell for notifications. And look for the next episode. It's in the works right now. Become a brain snob. Be a positive ripple effect in your immediate circle by becoming that brain snob. Thanks for watching.